Hey guys, Ray from Love You RV and Boat. So I'm starting on a big new project for you. I'm going to put together an off-grid system for the RV based on all Renogy equipment for the most part. A couple weeks ago they contacted me looking for a review of their new battery, 240 amp hour. It's the Pro version. Solid state lithium iron phosphate. Seemed kind of interesting. I hadn't reviewed what they call a solid state lithium battery before. And I'm going to look at the specs here. They're actually quite impressive. Going here, we've got a 12 volt battery, 240 amp hours, 3072 watt hours, but maximum charge current 240 amps. Maximum discharge current 240 amps. So that's on the high side compared to most batteries like this. And you get a surge discharge current of 450 amps for 30 seconds, which is quite remarkable. It says semi-solid state cells and under-seat installations. So I guess it's a very safe version of a lithium battery. Top grade cells, 6,000 plus cycles, 10 years lifespan. Comes in a nice metal case. Looks a lot like the SOK brand. The SOK uses lugs like this, terminals like this. Maybe we'll just pop it apart and get a quick look at the insides. I'm not going to do a teardown right now, but it does have a lid on it. It says it's water resistant for use in marine applications as well. So I just popped the lid here so we can get a quick look at the inside. Looks like we have quite a large BMS board here, a big aluminum heatsink on it, and there's also a big chunk of metal here, and everything is screwed to the metal case, so lots of cooling with that arrangement. The top was sealed with some rubber gasket making material. Give it a water resistant design. Everything looks good. It looks very serviceable. Everything's got screws on it. Down here looks like there's 8 cells and they're all orientated this way. Looks like we got the heating pads in there. Data port cables, balance leads, temperature sensors, standard stuff for batteries. Anyway, first impressions are pretty good, but I'm not going to do a total teardown now until I've done, some testing on it. I don't want to ruin the battery before I get a chance to test it, but definitely wanted to get a peek inside for you. So it looks pretty good. When I mentioned to him that I liked the fact that it was 240 amp discharge current, I said that would match up well with RVers who use 2,000 watt inverters quite often. So they actually sent out a 2,000 watt inverter, one of their inverters, for me to test along with the battery. And at that point I thought I got an idea that'd be nice to put together a complete Renogy system. I've never actually put a system of all one brand before. So I had already a DC to DC battery charger. That's for charging your RV battery off your vehicle alternator. And I've had that for maybe 5 or 6 years. I also have their portable panel, 400 watts, and I've been using that for a couple of years. Last year I would use it successfully on the boat. On the top of my fifth wheel trailer, I've also got 600 watts of Renogy solar panels, each 100 watts each. And actually my starter system back in 2013 was a Renogy system that came with 200 100 watt panels and a little 30 amp controller. That was kind of the start of my journey with off-grid systems. So actually a couple of those panels are still up there, and I had expanded, so some of those panels are like 10, 12, 13 years old, still working well. I actually, for this project, purchased myself their 40 amp charge controller, so that panels can run into that for test. And also got some nice thick cables and I got a on-off switch, and I also got a proper fuse for that battery. The only thing I don't have that's Renogy will be the shore power charger. I'll use my IntelliPower charger. It's a 60 amp charger, and it will be kind of like what RVs have that it comes stock with as far as their shore power charging. Let's get a closer look at this inverter. This end we have a couple big terminals there, fans. Take a look at the other side here, output side. So it's got three 15 amp output receptacles here, but it also is able to be hardwired with, say, neutral, ground, and hot. So I'll be able to wire that into my existing system. Inside my RV I have a transfer switch, so I'll wire that in there so that when we get off of shore power, it'll automatically transfer to this. I've got a remote for it and a button that can go on, off, or remote, and then there's also a little USB connector there. Came with a switch to remote power switch that you can mount inside the rig, and it actually came with a couple 1-gauge cables. The one solar controller I chose was one that had the Bluetooth. The Bluetooth isn't built into these, so I wanted the Bluetooth, and that comes in this package. And also picked myself up some solar cable for hooking up the panels. So that's going to be the system. I think I'll split this into a few videos. Today we're just going to hook it together and kind of do a quick test out here on the picnic table. And in the next video I'll do the installation into my RV, show you how that's all done. And then a third video will be later in the spring when we take the RV out and do some boondocking, dry camping, so we can kind of put it through its paces. Okay, just did a quick test hookup here. Got the battery hooked up to the new inverter and the new solar controller. These devices, I know they already work, but I thought I would just kind of test these out before I go to the trouble of installing them in the RV. Out here I got my 400 watt folding solar panel set up, and I've downloaded the app. The battery has a app, and the solar controller has an app with the addition of the little BT2 dongle. This particular inverter doesn't have an app. Anyway, I'll put that up on the side so you can see what's going on. Let's go over here and show you the solar. It's showing me 13.6 as a little diagram of what's going on, solar panel into battery. And we can see that's the panel voltage coming in. That's what's going out to the battery, 16 amps. Battery voltage. This is the load. You see a little light bulb there. On here there's a load that you can run off of if you have something you want to power, like lights. You can set it onto a timer, things like that. What I do in my RV, in my fifth wheel, I have some tire pressure monitoring systems, and they have little extenders that need to be powered, so I usually just plug it into there, and then I can turn it on and off here or in the app, so it's convenient for me. And it shows you amp hours in, amp hours of the load use, temperature, and you can set up different load settings in here. It's easier on the app. Anyway, that seems to be functioning good. Battery seems to be on and functioning good. We'll just turn on the inverter here. I've hooked up this little remote. There we go, a little green light comes on. I heard the fans briefly come on. It does have heat controlled fans, so they don't run all the time. I guess they're speed controlled depending on how much you need. Anyway, I've just plugged in a little heater here as a test. So we'll just put that on to 600 watts to start. Hear it coming on. Check what the app is doing here. Okay, so we're showing 483 watts coming out of the battery. Should be about right. We're putting wattage in at the same time. So I'll just crank this up to full there. There we go, total discharge 1691 watts. Cool, seems to be working. I can hear the fan running in here, but not too loud at all. So here's a look inside the front storage compartment in my fifth wheel trailer. This is the off-grid system I've been using for the last year or so. So what I'm going to do is pull all this stuff out, all the batteries, everything, and then from scratch install the Renogy system in place so that I can test it this spring and give you an idea how it all gets put together. Stay tuned. Till next time, Ray from Love You RV and Boat. Cheers, guys.